Now, your forecast first, sponsored by Ashley Furniture Home Stores of Central Illinois.
Good evening. I'm your local weather authority, Chief Meteorologist Chris Yates. It has been a very cold night. Skies are clear, the winds are light, and we have snow on the ground, all combining to give us temps in the single digits. And at Pontiac, where it's now 9 degrees. It's actually warmed up a little bit in the last few hours. Peoria down to 15. That may very well be our low temperature for tonight. Winds are expected to pick up a little bit out of the south, leading to some warmer temps. In fact, by 11, 16. I think we'll be back into the 20s by early tomorrow morning. Skies remaining clear tonight. Meanwhile, we are kicking off a warming trend tomorrow. I'll have that full forecast coming up. WYZZ News at 9 starts now.
Tonight at 9, pension consolidation for police and firefighters. What's included in a plan Governor Pritzker signed into law earlier today. Also, solutions to end violence. Peoria ranked among the list of deadliest cities in the country. And raising Peoria's youth, the campaign striving to educate Peoria Public School students on life skills. But first, a historic day in the United States. President Donald Trump has been impeached, and it tops our 9 at 9 tonight. I'm Eugene Daniel. For only the third time ever, the U.S. House, led by a Democratic majority, impeaches the sitting president. 2 articles passing the House floor, mostly along party lines. The first, abuse of power. The second, obstruction of Congress. Debate lasted for hours ahead of tonight's vote. This triggered by a whistleblower's complaint about a July phone call between President Trump and the leader of Ukraine, accusing the president of requesting an investigation into his political rival, Joe Biden, in exchange for military aid. Lawmakers representing Central Illinois in the House voting along party lines as expected. Democratic Congresswoman Sherry Bustos explaining her decision to vote yes on both articles, saying no one is above the law, and there is beyond evidence that the president abuse his presidential power to jeopardize our national security and that of our allies. Republican Congressman Rodney Davis also sharing his reason for his decision to vote against impeachment. Davis voted no on both counts. Here's what he told us before the vote.
Well, I'm going to vote no on both articles of impeachment. I have yet to see any evidence that actually is evidence of a crime, let alone a high crime and misdemeanor. The 2 toughest votes that we take in Congress are to send young men and women to war or to impeach a president. These aren't things that should be taken lightly, and the process that I've seen and witnessed and been a part of so far has done just that.
No Republicans voted for impeachment, while 2 Democrats tallied no votes on abuse of power and 3 against obstruction. The Republican-controlled Senate takes over from here. Tonight's decision triggers a trial for the president in the Senate, expected in January. Well, next year, Peorians can pack pot in their suitcases before catching a flight. The Board of Commissioners for the General Wayne A. Downing Airport in Peoria voted not to ban recreational marijuana. This does not mean you can smoke it at the airport. That is against Illinois law, but you can travel with the legal amount. Airport officials met with the Transportation Security Administration and spoke with other airports around the state before making a decision. And the director of airports, Gene Olson, says upon finding correctly contained marijuana in a traveler's bag, law enforcement will be called to determine if it's 30 grams or less.
Other states where this has been legalized, the law enforcement officer usually makes a determination as to whether it's in a legally allowable amount. If it's less than the amount that's legally allowed, then that's pretty much the end of it in most states.
Olson says it is the traveler's responsibility to decide whether the recreational marijuana is legal at their final destination, so you'll want to know that information before you take off. Major changes coming to pension funds for police officers and firefighters in the state of Illinois. Governor Pritzker signed a new bill into law today, consolidating nearly 650 downstate and suburban police and fire pensions into just 2. The plan won wide bipartisan support in Springfield just last month. The scattered network of police and fire pension funds have contributed to long-term financial headaches for cities and towns for decades. Now, all of those pension funds will pool their assets together into 2 super funds, one for police and one for fire, and a state-appointed pension. The governor says this will put cities and towns on better fiscal footing in the long run.
The consolidation of these funds could result in greater returns of up to $2.5 billion over just the next 5 years, and they will likely earn billions more over the next 20 years.
An important note for police officers and firefighters: you will still get your benefits through your local board. The law takes effect immediately, but it won't happen overnight. The transition could take 2.5 years to get done. After a lengthy traffic stop in Washington last month involving a former East Peoria deputy police chief, we're learning tonight that no criminal charges are being filed. The Tazewell County State's Attorney Stu Umholtz has decided that Chad Lacoste has been cited with a petty offense and a $150 fine. The traffic stop on November 23rd stemmed from a Washington police officer pulling over Lacoste while he was off duty for allegedly crossing over the city center line of traffic and going 10 over the speed limit.
To file a charge, we have to have sufficient evidence that would be admissible in court, that would meet our burden of proof beyond a reasonable doubt. That doesn't exist here. And why doesn't it exist? Because an investigation was not done.
Now, earlier this week, Lacoste resigned as East Peoria's deputy chief. He has returned to his former rank as patrol sergeant. He wasn't cited as a DUI, because there was no test taken on site. Now, Peoria police are investigating a shooting that took place this afternoon. Police arrived at the 2700 block of West Montana. That's near the intersection of Legionnaire. Around 4 p.m., officers found a woman had been shot in the leg. Now, she didn't have any life-threatening injuries, so she is expected to recover. But if you know any information in regards to that, you're asked to call the Peoria Police Department. And meanwhile, a recent report leaves Peoria among the top 20 of the nation's deadliest U.S. cities. This after a record 25 murders in the city this year. The report released by CBS News ranks Peoria 18th in the nation with a murder rate of almost 20 residents per 100,000 people. That's just behind Chicago at 21. The Peoria Community Against Violence is looking to get Peoria off that list and make sure that less lives are lost in the future.
We're talking about a person. We're talking about a person, and we're willing to help whatever we can do. If we can help with anger management, if we can help with redirecting your hostilities, whatever we can do, we're willing to help to make a difference in this city.
This is the most people killed in Peoria in nearly 20 decades, or 22 years, Duncan and PCAF are working with local pastors and the school boards to keep youth away from violence. A multi-million-dollar grant turns into an initiative to change lives of our young people in Peoria. Matt Sheehan tells us how the Lights On Peoria campaign is hoping to give high schoolers a brighter future.
Peoria Public Schools Chief of School Safety Demario Boone is looking for community support to help kids learn hobbies they may not have had the opportunity to before.
If you know how to cut hair, here's an opportunity for you to help the youth in the community. If you're a good mentor or a great speaker, here's the opportunity to help with that.
Starting next month, Manual Academy and Peoria High students will have a safe place to go Friday and Saturday nights. Boone says the Lights On Peoria campaign can give Peoria Public School students a big family who cares about them.
Not a lot of kids are grow up in these perfect households, and parents have to work hard and work late, and a student may be home alone.
And by coming to these sessions, Chief Boone hopes to help kids achieve a healthy, holistic lifestyle.
That they have a place to come to get fed mentally and physically, and they just have a lot of people pour into them.
Boone has already had more than 50 people reach out to him offering to help. He says this makes him believe that no matter what is happening in the city, that everything will be okay. In Peoria, Matt Sheehan, WYZZ News.
All right, what a great opportunity for a lot of local kids. And you know what? The way that the weather is shaping out, how cold it's been, at least today, you might want to be inside for a little bit longer. So we'll go ahead and check in with Chief Meteorologist Chris Yates. Chris, is there any hope for some warmer weather in the next few days?
Dean, I think we're going to answer that and then some. In fact, once we get through tonight, which so far has been outright cold, we're going to start to right the ship. Temperatures down to 15 in Peoria. That may very well be our overnight low. We might drop another degree or two, but you'll notice there's some warmer air to the south. It's not much warmer, but temps in the 20s from Quincy down through Carbondale, 30s out near Kansas City and Springfield, Missouri. We're going to tap into that warmer air, if you will, as later on tonight into tomorrow. And believe it or not, that's just the start of a warming trend that's going to last more than likely through Christmas. But radar and satellite, pretty quiet. It's very cold due to the clear skies, the calm winds, and the snowpack, all contributing to some very, very cold temperatures. But as Future Track shows, not a whole lot of cloud cover moving through tonight. Skies mostly clear. Temperatures, though, the coldest that we'll see should be prior to midnight, and then as the winds pick up, we're going to see temperatures rising. In fact, I intend to see temperatures around 23 degrees by the time the kids head off to school tomorrow morning. Bus ride home, not so bad, much different. Upper 30s, not a bad day at all with a lot of sunshine. Forecast is looking much warmer by the time we hit the weekend. I will break that full forecast down coming up in just a little bit. Eugene?
All right, Chris. Physical education remains why Dunlap school board members are tossing a previous idea. And a former Illinois State football player gets the call to the NFL. We'll tell you which Redbird wide receiver has been promoted to the Tampa Bay Buccaneers active roster. That's later in sports.
You're watching WYZZ News at 9 with Eugene Daniel, Chief Meteorologist Chris Yates with your local Weather Authority forecast, and Kurt Pegler with sports. This is WYZZ News at 9.